Look at the fit. We got a nice cotton t-shirt. Where's that from? America, 1776. Young white boy from America dresses in all July 4th fit. We have the flannel, fantastic. The bullet necklace, immaculate. Boy is dripping, and I mean dripping with patriotism. Look at that salute. And how old are you?
22.
22. Plenty of consent here. Yes. And then we got Chris Kyle here.
Ooh.
What's going on?
All American red-blooded right there.
Ooh-wee. Hi.
We love it. Happy
Welcome
4th
back.
of July, everybody.
Happy 4th.
Happy
Yeah,
Independence Day.
that's right. And to those in Britain, happy work day.
Oh, you're still working today?
Yeah.
Not us. No work today.
Yeah, not today, buddy.
We beat you.
Still undefeated, if you
Yeah.
ask me. So, yeah, I don't know what to tell you.
And if you say maybe not, that doesn't count.
Yeah, there's no maybe. There's
Doesn't
no
count.
technicality.
We
Guess
win.
guess who drinks tea freely? We do. That's right. Lipton or Arizona. Whatever your preference is.
For 99 cents.
For 99 cents. That's right.
We love it.
That's right. Yeah, yeah.
American cents.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, yeah. None of these euros, huh? We only do
Ain't about that.
dollars and cents here. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Is European European money plastic? Like Canadian?
No, but it might as well be. It's pretty cheap. No, the euro. I think.
Like their bills?
Yeah, no, their bills are paper. Like ours.
Like ours?
Yeah.
Okay, because I know
Yeah.
the Canadians like to talk smack about like, oh,
Are the Canadians?
our paper is plastic.
Well, are the Canadians even real though?
They shouldn't be.
Like, they're not canon.
No, I don't know why they're still around. Honestly,
They're like a spin-off of Americans that just never got canceled.
They're, yeah,
like, you know?
they're the spin-off that like was produced by a different company.
Yeah,
and is like
yeah,
on
yeah.
a completely separate
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
streaming service that
Yeah.
nobody really cares about.
Different directors, different actors. It's like all completely.
It's like
Like, no.
kind of started with the same idea,
Yeah, yeah.
like went a different way. It's kind of
Yeah.
weird.
But then somewhere along the lines, they started calling things loonies and toonies and rangers. And
They still, I guess they might not have the queen on their money anymore because she's dead. But
God save the king.
God save the king.
That's right. Yeah, very cool.
Rah!
Welcome to a new era, where the future meets the past. Finland is not real. Above and beyond.
Helen Keller was a fraud.
Beyond. It's never too early for Christmas. There's a new place,
Grandma always says you need a lemon tree.
and a new time. Temperature isn't real. Perhaps the right place,
Lost my penis in the early 90s.
right place, then the right time. Discovery awaits. Right time. Right place, right time. Well, yeah, man. How'd your last weekend go, huh?
It was hot.
Very hot, really?
Very hot.
Really?
You know? Yes.
Interesting.
It was climbing up in the 80s,
Great decade.
close to the 90s.
Oh, wow.
Mm-hmm.
Even better decade.
The 2000s.
Yeah. Oh, okay. That's cool. A little bit. For sure.
Yeah. I mean, of course, the weekend's not going to be that good because the good part of the week is today.
It's true. Today makes the week and the month.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Yes, it does.
Yeah. 4th of July, baby. You gonna watch some fireworks?
Absolutely.
I like that.
Why not? Why wouldn't I?
Yeah,
That's so un-American.
it is. It kind of is. I feel like if you know, of course you can do whatever you want, but there are some people who decide just to stay home, maybe enjoy a nice book.
Yeah, you should either be watching fireworks or you should be working, but not like work, like your work, right? Your dream. That's the thing. You're either watching fireworks or you're pursuing your American dream,
I was
baby.
gonna say the American dream.
Mhm.
Yeah. Of course. Nice. Well, that sounds fun.
Yeah. I mean, what about you?
Yeah, no, I had a pretty normal weekend. Yeah. No, we got back from Switzerland.
Right in time, too.
Yeah, right in time.
Celebrate the birthday of
Today-
the greatest crunchy in the world.
That's right. Today's the first full day I'm back here.
Mm-hmm.
Although I did fly back last Tuesday just for us to shoot the pod, and then I flew back to Switzerland, of course.
Mm-hmm.
We
Quick, like, you were here for an hour.
Yeah, it
Private
was
jet in the backyard.
charter it
Quick
out.
and easy, yeah.
Yeah, it was. I mean, we've discussed landing planes on your own property
We
before.
did.
So
I mean, we had to put it to the test, right?
exactly. We did try that. So I was here for that, and then yeah, it was really fun. It was interesting. The first time I've been to Europe, so you know, there's a lot of differences and stuff. Thankfully, in Switzerland, they do drive on the correct side of the road. So,
Very nice.
You
So
know,
not like England.
yeah, none of the UK left side. That's
Nah.
weird. That's not right.
We're not about
And
that.
don't get me started on the metric system, kilometers, because we had some of those and some liters. You know, I'm not about it.
Here's my opinion on those.
Uh-huh.
Right? Because people are like, oh, well, the metric system's easier to understand.
Mm-hmm.
Correct. That's why it's a loss.
Mm-hmm.
We grew up
That's right.
with the imperial system.
That's right.
We know the imperial system like the back of our hand.
Yep.
We can learn the metric system like that.
But can they learn the
They
imperial
can't
system?
learn us, bro.
don't
So,
think so.
they're talking. They say, oh, kilometers. They say all this. I could get it. I could get that. I could understand that.
Yep.
We start talking. It's like code to them.
Oh yeah.
They don't get it.
Yep.
And they won't ever be able to. And that's why it's better.
Yeah. Yeah. Forget SOS. It's like, do you know miles? You know inches, centimeters, maybe?
Yeah, dude.
I don't think so.
How many feet go into a mile?
Right. How many inches in a foot? You'd be
Yeah,
surprised.
or yard. Let's bring up yards for some
Yeah,
reason.
yards. Yeah.
We talk like that, like it's nothing.
Sure.
It's like a completely different language to them.
The British people in the comments are fuming. Fuming right now. Yeah, I was actually funny enough, I was talking with someone about that from Europe.
Mm-hmm.
And they were saying that, yeah, well, the metric system makes more sense. It's just 10 this to that, 10 this to that. And I was like, great. I was like, how many inches in a foot? And they were like, I don't know, because it's stupid. I went, 12. They were like, why 12? That's so stupid. It doesn't make sense. I go, it doesn't have to.
Because God wanted it that
Yeah,
way.
That's right. That's just how it is, bro. That's it. So, yeah, I mean, there was like kilometers, you know, the gas over there, when you fill it up, it's liters, not gallons.
Interesting.
So that was a little different. Yeah, it was interesting. Switzerland's very peaceful, very nice. The people there are really very, very nice.
Mm-hmm.
There's like 4 national languages and I guess kind of ethnicities, because France is to the left, so French.
Oh, okay.
Italy to the south, so Italian. And then German and Austria. The Netherlands are all kind of up there, so it's Dutch, German. So they speak a bunch of different languages.
So you
Yeah.
have the are they all national languages?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, they have like 4 national languages.
That's nuts.
Yeah. But it's
I still have yet to actually leave this country ever.
Oh,
So
well, there-
not even the mainland. I haven't even been to Hawaii.
Dang.
Yeah, so
You gotta get out to the islands sometime.
I do. Old Maui. Rolling down to Old Maui, me boys.
Maui's my favorite out of the islands, if you ever do go.
It's my favorite just because there's a sea shanty written about it, and I love that song so much.
All right. Well, hey, that's reason enough.
Speaking of sea shanties, are you done with the Europe talk? Let me just...
I mean, yeah, you can say something. Let's
Did
go.
you see CNN put out an article saying that they might start attaching giant kites to ships to pull them? That
We're
way it
going
could reduce...
full circle?
Dude, we're going back,
All the
bro.
way back, baby.
There's a chance that I could actually be a pirate now. If we're going to go back to sails. Oh.
I mean, talk about like, I feel like zero historical self-awareness. Like,
Yeah.
oh, kites could pull ships.
Yeah, we could use
really?
huge kites to like pull ships and reduce the carbon emissions.
So you're saying use the wind?
Use the wind.
Maybe.
Wow.
We've already done that.
Maybe we did it and it worked really well.
Yeah. You know why people don't do that is because they're too lazy to read like the stars and the sun and the direction of the wind and all that stuff. They
Yeah.
don't get that.
We need to bring that back.
Yeah.
Next thing you know, they're going to be posting like, oh, if you buy a horse, you can cut your car's carbon emissions by not using it.
Guys, horses can actually pull these like wagons with you in them.
Yeah, so you can
great.
actually carry multiple people instead of just being about,
Yeah.
it'll be great. And then
Yeah.
we're going to tear down all these huge roads, build like walkable cities.
Imagine
Everyone's
that.
going to be carrying a 6-shooter. It's going to be
Oh yeah.
sick.
Well, hey, in a few of the cities I went to, they had cobblestone streets. They weren't paved roads. Now I'm going to be honest, driving on one of those was awful. But there were still horse-drawn like carriages there.
That's awesome.
Like
We need
very
that here.
frequent, yeah. So yeah, that was interesting. I will say the driving, you know what? So I went to Milan for a day in Italy.
Mm-hmm.
The drivers are some of the craziest drivers I've ever experienced, and we live in California.
Yeah, we do.
I mean,
so that's
I've seen some bad drivers. Now here's the thing: I don't think they're actually like, as far as I'm trying to, benefit of the doubt here. I don't think they're trying to be rude. I don't think they're actually trying to be like aggressive. I think that's just how it is there.
yeah.
Because here's the best way I can explain it: you have there's a line that goes down the middle, and then there's 2 sides. To me, that is 2 lanes.
Right.
One this way, one this way. That's just kind of how it is.
Yeah.
Pretty much only one car can fit in this right lane. So I'm driving there. But then I got cars coming up on my right and left, just kind of just chilling there. And I'm like, well, you can't just make a lane, bud. But they're there. They're just kind of there. And then they'll like cut you off, but not like in an aggressive way. It's just like they're just going ahead.
Right.
Maybe they think they have a better pace, so they're just going ahead of you. But yeah, it was like I was like looking around, and eventually I said to my friends, I was like, all right, what are we doing here? I was like, we got like 5 cars around me, and there's only one lane. I'm confused, man. I was shooketh.
Well, I mean,
Crazy.
who invented the car, right? So makes sense that after this long, they still don't get it.
Sorry, guys. I know it took a while
Sorry,
for
guys.
Mr. Ford to get on over
Yeah.
here. Okay.
You
I know. Sorry about that.
Took a second.
Yeah.
You're still getting there.
Yeah,
Don't
yeah.
worry.
Still figuring it out.
Yeah, we have faith in you guys. You'll get it eventually.
Also,
That's nuts.
Europeans smoke a lot of cigarettes.
Mm.
And it's like a lot of people. And it's a lot of people our age.
Yeah.
Now, I mean, I know it's still like a thing here. I'm not saying it's like extinct. I'm just
I
saying
think it's coming back, actually.
it might be.
Because
Maybe
the
it's-
vaping is on the down, and
Yeah.
people are just like, hey, there's this like plant-based, all-natural alternative to vaping. And they start like smoking cigarettes again.
Yeah, but yeah, they do that a lot. I want to, I don't want to be the cliche, but their food is a lot healthier.
Yeah.
Their snacks and their candy, their
They don't
food,
really
it's all.
have obesity problems, do they?
No, they don't. I'll leave it there. But yeah, there was like very, very, very fit people. It was fun.
Also
though.
walkable cities.
Very walkable.
So
Yeah.
you can walk, cardio.
Yep. A lot of walking. That's something that's interesting. There's no, I have some family that's from over in Europe, and when they come here, my little cousin, whenever we drive somewhere, I tell him, I'm like, sorry, is this too long of a drive? We can just go here if you want. And he's like, no, we don't have like 4-lane, freeways in Europe, so it's like kind of cool to see.
Yeah.
So I'm like, all right, that's cool.
It's super weird
Yeah.
because like
It's a
if you
different
were to
world.
take our state and you put it in Europe
Oh, man.
and see how far it is,
Dude.
like how far we
Oh,
drive
yeah.
is
It's crazy.
like on the daily too. We
Yeah.
drive far.
Yep.
And they wouldn't even go that far, or they have to hop on a tran of some sort.
Yeah.
It's
You
kinda
could
crazy.
easily go across several countries the way you drive across California.
Oh, easily.
And that's the thing, like I said, we drove to Milan, and that was
That's
like
crazy.
4 hours about, which
That's not bad.
that's like here to like middle of the Central Valley kind of.
Dude, yeah. I can go to like 4th of July. We love it. Yeah, it's just long.
Yeah.
I could drive for so long and not leave the state.
To be fair, California is like the exception in the U.S. because we're
Or
very
Texas, because you go from one corner to Texas to the other. I think it's like a 9-hour drive or something.
long. Yeah. But like the East Coast, you could also go through several states in an
Right,
8-hour
but
drive.
you're still in the United States.
No,
right?
yeah.
So
for
it's
sure. Although you know what I was talking to someone about, I was saying, to be completely fair though and honest, most states in America are significantly different than each other.
absolutely
In that you could actually argue that it does feel like another country
Yeah.
when you go to them.
Everything's different enough.
Right. And I mean, I think that's cool
Mhm.
because you have all these, basically whatever you want, you can get from the U.S.
Yeah.
Having said that, though, again, it's just, if you go and you experience another country, like a real one,
A different country.
a different country with different people, you can actually see, okay, one of the first things I thought when I was like there, I was like, okay, I actually can understand now how Europeans are able to easily spot like Americans in Europe because we're very different.
Yeah.
Like it's hard, like the way of living is very different. So I can just understand, okay, now I can maybe see. But then some people overdo
Did they have
it,
any sort of like prejudice towards you? Like, oh, you're an American?
No.
Okay. That's
No. I never have had that. Although I did meet someone who didn't have too nice of things to say about America, and I was like, I was like being respectful because I'm in their country, but I was like, yeah, well, I was like.
But here's the thing: would
there's
they
some
have
good-
been respectful if they were in this country?
Mm-mm.
Exactly. Just be like, hey, we probably beat you in a world war. I think.
I think.
Probably.
Yeah, where do you?
And if we didn't, we,
We
could,
could.
So
Yeah. How? Oh,
who's
that-
paying for your national security? Us? That's what I thought.
Oh, you're from Austria? Oh, cool. That's like the size of I think my capital. That's crazy for sure. No, that's cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's sick. But yeah, it was fun though. I think there was also like compared to U.S. their water in Switzerland is actually real and fresh. Like their tap water, it's not like contaminated, so it's kind of nice.
With every chemical known to man.
Yeah, so like apparently the tap water
Don't
there's
even get
actually.
me started on like LA water.
Oh well, Yeah, how about Flint, Michigan? It's still like black.
That's crazy.
No, yeah, like the tap water is like healthier than bottled water there.
How does it
So
taste?
tastes fresh.
Tastes fresh.
In fact, yeah, there was one day when we were driving through the Swiss Alps. I kid you not. And we
You, like, pull over.
Yeah. No, so we pulled over because I wanted to see a view, and I saw to the left there was just this like spring shooting out of like a little mini waterfall out of the top of the mountain. So I was like, guys, let's refill our water bottles.
That's crazy.
Super cold. Took a sip. It's the most refreshing thing I've ever had.
Wow. I've only had mountain water once. I was in the mountains near Mount Shasta. I was hiking in the snow with my buddies. And we spent the night in the snow. It was freezing. Woke up. All of our water bottles were frozen. And there was no way they were going to thaw out. So we were like, we just got to go find some new water. Okay. So there was a stream not too far away. Clear. Yeah. Crystal blue water.
Crystal clear.
Tasted like garbage, dude. Oh. It was the most coldest thing ever. But it tasted like I just put a cold nickel on your tongue. It was straight metal. It was probably very rich in iron, but my goodness.
Was it like sitting or was it?
No, it was rushing. It was rushing water. It was beautiful, clear. You could see right through it. But yeah, I put my cup in it, took a sip. I felt like someone cleaned like their coin collection, had all their water, put it in the fridge, and then gave me that. That's what it tasted like. Ugh, the most metallic thing I've ever had.
That's too bad. I mean, I think it depends where you are. I think like the concentration and all that.
I guess. But so I've never had like real fresh mountain water.
No. Yeah, I'm glad I got to experience it. It was nice. It was nice and fresh, fresh and clean.
So fresh and
so I was gonna say fresh. And so, yeah.
Where's that song from? America. No, I'm just gonna keep saying that for everything.
Yeah. Although I do have some respect for the Swedes though.
I mean,
thank you for Spotify.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
And IKEA, because IKEA is pretty great.
Of course, we love. How many things in this room is IKEA?
1, 2, like 3 things, perhaps.
Solid. We love it.
Yeah.
My bed's IKEA. So when I go to
like
sleep,
your bed's name is IKEA.
No, I got my bed from IKEA.
For sure.
So when I go to bed, I thank the Swedes real quick.
Sure. Say a little thanks.
No, thank you.
Yeah, appreciate it. Yeah.
So was that like one hotel and you hop around?
Oh, we stayed in an Airbnb.
Oh.
We stayed in like a cabin. To be honest with you, it was actually it was super nice, very quaint, but the drive was pretty wild. I didn't know this when I got it, but there's like a main road that then exits and you have like a small road. And from that road, about 35, 40 minutes up into the mountains was this cabin.
That's crazy.
So we drove
No connection, no nothing?
What? No, like just one road.
Oof.
That goes all the way. So it was a very narrow road that realistically shouldn't fit 2 cars. Only fits like 1. But yeah, I mean, it was an experience.
That's terrifying.
Got used to it. But it was very nice. Yeah, I enjoyed our stay there. It was really peaceful, very quiet.
Yeah.
So yeah, we got to do a lot. Go to the top of a few mountains. Had some croissants that are actually legitimately some of the best food I've ever eaten in my life in general.
Wow, you had it on the French, the side that's touching France.
It was closer to there, but like when I tell you, bro, they were fresh. They melted like in your mouth, almost like flaky, like very nice. Yeah.
I think like one of the truest forms of American food is wanting a chain. Right.
Oh, food like a fast food chain.
Like a food chain, yeah. Like yeah. I'm not in the mood for Mexican food. No, I'm in the mood for Chipotle, right?
It's
something
very
like that.
American, yeah.
Right, or even like Taco Bell.
Yeah.
It's like, it's totally separate.
Yep.
Okay, I'm not feeling Chinese food, but I'm feeling specifically Panda Express, right? Yeah. That's like American food right there.
That's really fair.
Specific.
Yeah.
Chain.
Yeah, like you're not feeling a certain kind of food. No, yeah. You want that place.
And it's like I barely even count Panda Express as Chinese food. It's its own thing.
Yeah.
It's American food.
Yeah, dude, I love going there to get my sugar chicken. It's the best.
Ooh, yeah. Good calories too. Like if you're trying to get a bulk going.
Yeah. Yeah, no, that's fair. I
think that's American food.
I asked someone from Europe, like, because they were talking about they've never been to America, and I was like, well,
you're missing out.
I said, well, you're missing out. I said, well, would you want to go? They said, not really. Then I said, well, if you did, what are some things you'd want to see? And they were like, well, actually, there are a couple things. So one thing is 7-Eleven, and I was like the convenience store, and they were like, yeah, like I've seen it in movies and shows and stuff, and I was like, okay. I was like, it's pretty much like a gas station. Like it's
a big gas station.
It's a big gas station. But they were like, yeah, they want to see that, like a Target, like a yellow school bus. They don't think those are like. They're like, do you actually go to school on those? And I was like, yeah, like, I think so. But this is what to me is kind of cool because it's like this perception from another place of things they've only seen in the movies here. Mm-hmm. So a yellow school bus or a 7-Eleven.
7-Eleven's really big in Japan.
Maybe. You know what's big in KFCs are huge
in Japan?
And you know what? I'll explain. They're so big, they're revered. It's the not traditional, but contemporary Christmas dinner is KFC in Japan.
What?
Yeah. I just learned about this. Basically, they opened the first KFC there in like the 70s or the 80s. And I forget what happened, but the CEO, like, I think he kind of marketed KFC around Christmas time. And the Japanese people, like, love it. And to the point where they flock to KFC every Christmas. You have to place your order, like, weeks in advance of like your Christmas dinner, and they give you like this little tub tin that's like Christmas decorated, and it's crazy. What? Yeah.
See, that's something I want to experience is like Japanese culture, because a lot of it's a weird version of American culture.
Yeah, it's just very
so Western, I want to experience that because KFC's our thing. First of all,
well, dude, they had KFC in Switzerland.
Oh,
yeah. I was like, well, for one thing, I was like, how did this get out
here? You guys don't have Kentucky.
That's what I'm saying.
It ain't here.
I was like, how did this possibly make its way out here?
That's so weird.
I guess, they don't really have too many places for like fried chicken. So that's like the spot. They do have, they have Hooters out there.
Hooters?
Yeah, in Switzerland. And then they have a, so they do have McDonald's, which are worldwide.
Of course, yeah. Everyone's got McDonald's now.
I sound like a recency bias person, but their McDonald's is way better and it's way healthier. I got chicken from there and it tasted like real chicken.
Oh shoot.
Like I know what real chicken tastes like and I know what McDonald's chicken tastes like.
Yeah.
That was fantastic.
Wow.
It was great. So
yeah, I'm pretty sure like the McDonald's in other countries are like less of a chain. They're more like
yeah.
They've been localized.
Probably, yeah, for sure.
Whereas our McDonald's is just it's all the same, buddy.
Yeah. But see, while I was gone, I missed the Grimace Shake from McDonald's.
You missed the Grimace Shake.
Let me just say, those are some of my favorite videos I've seen in a long time. Those are fantastic.
It was incredible.
Like, the effort that some people went to, I'm sorry that we got to miss out on that. I feel like we would have killed it.
We would have, absolutely. We would have been the best. It just wasn't meant to happen because
I think it would have wiped out the competition.
Yeah. We can't be that disrespectful.
And then
it's nuts.
I got the other side after a while of like, Grimace just wanted to celebrate his birthday with his family.
Yeah,
like,
and then everything was like super sad.
Yeah, because it's that one picture of him at the table by himself with like the...
I saw this one clip from a movie. I don't remember what it was, but it was like a close-up of a dude on a phone. And he's like... he starts crying and like sobbing, and the caption was like Grimace when he hears about the 5,000th death, and in parentheses he just wanted people to enjoy celebrating his birthday, and it was like heart-wrenching to watch. Poor Grimace.
There was this comment that was like, did you hear about the one theory that it was actually like the Hamburglar who like killed all these people and all this stuff? So then I'm like, wait, there's actually like lore for this now.
Oh yeah.
Like, and then I also didn't know this. Do you know what Grimace is supposed to be like as the purple being? You know what he is? I just read this yesterday.
No.
He's supposed to be a giant taste bud.
Oh.
That's what he is.
That's weird. That's really weird. Why is he so dark purple? Taste buds aren't that dark purple.
I don't think so.
I don't think they're
it's like, happy birthday, Grimace. They take a thing, and then the next video is them like... they're like bullets flying through their chest.
They were so good.
Yeah.
One of the best trends of this year so far.
Absolutely.
What other trends? None that came close, honestly.
What do you think the next Grimace Shake could be?
I mean, dude, McDonald's, whenever they put out anything, it pops off. I mean, the Travis Scott burger was going around.
I feel like the drive-thru employees got real tired, You know why we're here? And then they like play Ask Sicko mode.
Yeah. It was the BTS meal. Which I don't think
it
was that big of a deal. I think it was more like memed that the idea existed than people like memeing the food like they did with the Travis Scott burger or the Grimace Shake.
Yeah.
What other things did they do recently?
I don't know about recently. If I was a company, I would capitalize on trying to get... Again, I know you not the biggest SpongeBob fan, but I would really go all the way in and try to get the Krabby Patty thing
How has that
actualized.
not been made?
Yeah, I don't know. Because
Yeah,
if
now
I
you
was
say that.
McDonald's, that's the next
Yeah,
thing.
I'm reaching out to, was it Nickelodeon?
Yep.
And being like, hey,
Yep.
can I get the rights to this name? And let's like make a,
Collab.
that's
Yeah.
nuts.
It is nuts. Cause that's
Another thing that McDonald's did?
Yeah.
They brought back the Szechuan sauce for the Rick and Morty thing. So they just, apparently their marketing's immaculate.
Yeah.
But also at the detriment of all of their employees.
Yeah.
Right? Because then you got
Yeah.
the worst people ever trying to get clout by thrashing a McDonald's or something.
Yep. Yeah. I know. I felt there was this one TikTok of like, it was like the McDonald's employee seeing the 500th Grimace video, and it was like just pure pain.
Making a Grimace Shake, knowing all well it's going to end up on the cement outside.
You hear 4 teenage boys in the drive-thru. Can we get 4 Grimace Shakes, please?
Yeah.
It's like,
They are America's heroes right there.
That's right. Yeah.
Supplying us with the Grimace Shakes so that we could make silly videos online. That's American culture, baby.
That's American culture.
That's
for you.
American culture.
Yeah. Yeah. I didn't see anyone in Switzerland doing the Grimace Shake.
No,
Okay.
dude.
Yeah. But yeah, that was pretty wild.
America's like a huge group of friends that has inside jokes that everyone else like, what are you guys doing?
Yeah.
Like, you don't get it. You missed it. You should
Yeah.
have been there. And like, I guess so, because I really don't get it.
Yeah. Yeah. Maybe should have been there.
Yeah, maybe you should always be here. Come on, move.
Yeah. Just come on over. I said something. Yeah. Just come on over here. Yeah. It was funny to kind of see. I actually was watching some of the Grimace videos when I was in one of the McDonald's there, but like I don't think they had it. So I was just kind of like, dang, I'm like here,
but
I'm like vicariously having to like watch
Yeah.
these and like experience it. But I would have had one shipped out there, honestly, if I'd known.
Yeah. Well, I mean, you don't want to die in your hub, do
Of
you?
course not.
You got to die here on the
That's true.
homeland, baby.
It's true. Home soil, yeah.
Home soil. But then again, there is that, that male biological clock that just leads you to want to die in a war on European soil. So I get it. Right? My clock's ticking, dude. Where's the war? Where's the war?
I gotta get out there. Yeah.
I gotta die in some random ass European country
Like
for a war that doesn't.
Slovenia.
Yeah, for a war that doesn't affect me at all.
You have to.
It's gotta happen. I'm running out of time.
Yeah. I see that.
Or go on the open seas now that
The kite boats.
the kite boats are coming back, right?
Yeah.
Hoist the sails, brothers. Oh, I'm so excited.
You know what'd be crazy is the next Grimace Shake video, if it's like this, but instead it's like actually people filming and like confessing like real crimes they commit, but everyone doesn't realize it. They just think they're just funny videos again. And so then it's all fun and games until it's like the Joker cam style recording someone he's kidnapped like in the Dark Knight, and he's like, Batman, that's 1 hour, and it's like an actual person. It was like, ha, on
That's
TikTok. That's
crazy.
That's funny.
Yeah,
it's like the Grimace Shake,
yeah.
and then it's not. It's like real.
That would.
You imagine if I was a criminal, man. That's like if I was a criminal, which I'm not.
But if you were,
but if I was,
you would have taken advantage of the Grimace Shake and
That's-
just like dump that all
Exact-
over the
yep,
bodies and just be
100%.
like, yo.
yes, dude, covers up the blood.
Yeah.
This is probably.
Or you just go into like Premiere Pro, hue changer, change the red, purple. You're good. Grimace Shake certified, baby.
There's like, oh gosh, that's really dark. That's like the next A24 film, man. It's like the Grimace Shake.
The Grimace Shake. That
Yeah.
would be a pretty good like YouTube short film.
I'm sure someone's already made one. We could do one.
We could.
You know, I found the recipe for the Grimace Shake.
What?
Yeah, don't worry about it. I just know people. But yeah,
Okay.
I did
We'll,
find it.
we'll be making some.
Yes,
I
we
guess.
will. Yeah.
Next
Yeah.
video, we try to make a Grimace Shake.
Oh,
That's actually a great idea.
that's a really good idea.
That's a really good
We're
idea.
gonna do that.
Now, yeah, we could like be. Oh, now that we can't get it anywhere,
We had to
gotta
try to
it
make
ourselves.
one, and then it's like an even worse punishment somehow. Yeah, I like it. All right, keep that.
Incredible.
Speaking of A24 films, on the plane I watched this movie called Enemy. Have you ever watched that with Jake Gyllenhaal?
No,
Odd film.
I thought you were gonna say awesome, but okay, now I'm intrigued.
Very odd film. If I had known it was A24.
Oh, of course.
If I had known if it was an A24 film going into it, I would have had different expectations.
You didn't know there was A24?
I didn't. I only
Oh.
knew the synopsis because I downloaded it on HBO.
Mm.
And the synopsis said something to the degree of like this man like finds out that he has a real doppelganger, and like he basically like stops at nothing to like find and like confront. So I'm like, okay, this is kind of like a thriller, maybe like an action or something. Yeah. One of the weirdest films I've ever seen in my life. And I like Jake Gyllenhaal, and I liked his performance, but it was just like weird choice of movie. It starts out, bro's like in a strip club, and there's this like motif that off the bat starts with a spider. What? And a stripper steps on the spider, and then it stops, like resets. He wakes up. That's where the movie starts. And basically, it's like, for one thing, the color palette. It's very like kind of almost like a sepia, but not in the way like Breaking Bad. It's like a pale sepia. Oh. And so I think it's on purpose to be kind of off-putting. Yeah. And the whole movie's like that. And essentially, except when you meet the doppelganger. So the whole movie is like him. He's a history teacher, I think. Mm-hmm. And he lives a very mundane life. And he basically he rents a movie one night. And he's watching this movie. And he notices this like extra in the background looks like him. Huh. So he's like, kind of like, what? I gotta find this guy. He like pauses it and like rewinds it. He's like, oh dang, like kind of like, it looks like me. So he like tries to find the actor's name and then rents a few more movies with this actor. And he realizes that it's not just like, oh, he kind of looks like me. It's like, no, that's me. Like that is like me. So then he like basically stalks this person to try to find him. He finds out the person's name, calls them. Their wife answers. He kind of freaks out, and he calls back later, and he's like, oh my gosh, you have my voice. And he's like kind of freaking out about it. It's really creepy. And basically there's like this whole movie of like how he really wants to meet his doppelganger, but his doppelganger is like an actor, like a movie star kind of guy. And he's like, doesn't want to meet up. He thinks it's creepy. Eventually they do meet up. And then that's when the flip gets switched, where like originally the OG one who wanted to meet him no longer wants to see him anymore because he's like weirded out. He's like, this was a mistake. Yeah. And then, well, do you want me to spoil for you the ending, or are you going to watch it? Because I won't spoil it. If
No, I'm down. I'll spoil it. Let's see.
Okay. So basically, they're both married, or one's with a girlfriend, one is married. The one who's married is the one who is the actor. Mm-hmm. The one who's not married is the original one you met in the beginning. That version, gosh, this is probably a really boring segment of the podcast. That version, when they meet, the actor's like, here's what's going to happen. I'm going to go out on a romantic weekend with your girlfriend for one night. And he's like, and then I'll never be in your life again. And he like makes him give him his keys and his clothes so he looks like him. And he goes out with it, takes his wife out, and they go out. So then the OG version is kind of like sad. So then he goes to be with the wife of his version. Long story short, the actor and the original girlfriend get in a car crash and supposedly kind of die.
So now the
other version stay together. And the movie ends with he's getting ready for work in the morning. It's the original version. And he's talking to his wife. And she's like in the kitchen and he's asking her a question, fixing his tie. And he's like, I don't remember her name, like Anna. Anna, what do you think of the Anna? And like goes, looks in the room, and just kind of like, and there's a spider the size of the room, and it ends there. So,
I was like, oh shoot, okay. And then you said that, and now I am confused. Yeah. I feel like if I met a doppelganger who like looked like me, sounded like me, like identical to me, I would have to kill him.
You have to kill him?
I would kill him.
You wouldn't want questions like
I'd who ask are him a few questions, and then be like, all right, last question. How does it feel that you're going to die right now? Wow. Because it's just like, that can't happen.
It can't happen.
That shouldn't happen.
There can't be two of you, yeah.
No.
It's weird.
Yeah.
I had to read so many reviews because I was confused. I was like on the plane, I finished it, and I looked at my friend, and I was like, that was weird. I don't even know what happened. So I read some reviews. The best conclusion I can gather is that his doppelganger was all in his head. And there are clues to that in the movie.
Oh, so he would just...
So he was kind of imagining this, and the spider is like a motif because he had an affair at the beginning of the movie, and that's why I think there's that spider that shows up, and so I think it represents that.
So there was no actor; he's just actually seeing this other woman.
I think.
What?
Yeah.
Now you should watch it. That makes sense. And I started thinking it. And I was like, no, that doesn't.
Maybe we should watch it on your channel for a reaction video. Maybe no, never know. But yeah, so that was a weird one. Wow. It was definitely trippy. Props to A24 because again, that to me that was weirder than Inception. I've watched Inception.
Yeah, I mean, Inception is like weird, but you still can understand it, right? It's like, okay, I get what's going on. They're just doing it in a trippy way. This just makes no sense from what you're saying.
I think I have to watch it again.
Yeah.
Everyone
you
kept
might
saying it
have
gets
to.
better on the second watch, so maybe.
I mean, that's usually how some of those movies go. I recently rewatched Fight Club with the girlfriend.
Fight Club's great.
And yeah, rewatching it, knowing everything, you get to see all the nuances that you missed before. And you're like, oh, this is pretty cool.
Mm-hmm.
It really,
Yeah.
wow.
Yeah, hot dog eating contest going crazy.
America, bro.
Come on, Joey Chestnut. Of course he's in front, bro. He's the nation's champion.
Wow, dude.
That's crazy.
That's disgusting.
Yeah, he's Glizzy Goblin.
I haven't eaten breakfast, so that's looking extra gross.
Okay, you're good.
I woke up like 30 minutes before I got here.
Perfect.
I stayed up late editing, brother.
Yeah, no, you're good. I also did watch the new Indiana Jones last night.
Oh. I have not heard good things about that. So.
Yeah. You ready for the conclusion?
Yeah, let's hear the conclusion.
Yeah, it was not that great.
That's what I thought.
It's pretty bad.
Is it worth watching?
Yes.
Really?
But
I wasn't even gonna waste my time.
Okay, here's the thing. So the beginning, the first honestly, sincerely, the first 25 minutes are fun. They're really good.
Is it like very classic Indiana
Yes.
Jones? And then that one girl shows up and ruins everything.
See, okay, yes, and I'm not trying to sound sexist here. I'm serious. It's just that they make her. She's very unlikable.
Yeah,
Like
I mean,
her attitude is very like she's like a dick to him.
Yeah, I mean, how could anyone like the character when you're taking the main character, dumbing him down, and replacing him with like, quote unquote know-it-all, like snobby to the main character?
That's the issue I had because he virtually does nothing in the movie. He's just there, like along the ride.
It's like her movie.
Yes, kind of, which made me a little upset because I don't want to watch a movie about her. If you want to do that spin-off, do it. If anything, I would have liked to have seen Shia LaBeouf back in the role.
Yeah,
but they
kill him off screen.
They write him off screen.
Okay,
but like the beginning, it's this really cool sequence with a de-aged Indy, and it feels like the originals, like the action, the quips, like it's all great.
So they gave you enough to reel you in, and then they're like, all right, and now we're not going to give that to you anymore. We're just going to give you...
Yeah, that's why I'm confused. Because, I mean, I know that it was like the time change is why, but the writing got really bad, and I felt like they didn't really know exactly what they wanted to do with an 80-year-old Indy, because there were some moments where I'm like come on. Could he do that?
But I feel like I could come up with a great 80-year-old indie story. So he's alone in the United States. Maybe he's got a mansion or something. He lives in this huge house, but obviously he made some enemies. So maybe some people try and like Home Alone style take this guy out. So he has to be like creative and
Home Alone,
right? Because he's too old to fight hand to hand, so he has to use his wits. Right?
See, that's the thing. Like that, I also didn't like that about this. In my opinion, they kind of Episode 8 Luke Skywalkered him in that. Yeah, see, they kind of made his personality like...
Totally different.
Yeah, like the way so when you meet him in present day, or in the 60s, when he's old, he's like a very like loner, drinks a lot. He's like, like telling his neighbors, like, keep it down, like that kind of...
He's basically just Harrison Ford.
Yes. Yeah, essentially. But like, there's no like... I mean, I get that he's old, but there's no like... some of that spunk, like that personality, that charm. It's like he's just like a depressed old man.
Yeah, he went from Indiana Jones to regular old guy.
Yes, and then that's what makes it even worse because I felt the girl. So in the movie, her name is Wombat.
Wombat.
Yeah. So in the movie, I don't really know the actress. I didn't feel like she was enough, honestly, to carry a lead like that. I didn't like it, and they did try to have almost a new version of Short Round, which I wasn't too mad at, but he was okay. It's just that there was no chemistry, right?
Was it not the actor?
No. So I'm saying like the girl, she has a little friend who tags along. And what I'm saying is like in Temple of Doom, Indy and Short Round have this really cool chemistry.
It's incredible.
It's fun. Yeah. Like that's okay, Dr. Jones. Like it's fun. Like it's
incredible. One of the best parts of Temple of Doom,
right.
Honestly.
So that's not there in this. And there are a few scenes, is all I'm saying, where they don't know if 80-year-old Indy, if you should suspend disbelief and say, okay, he could do that, or if you should say, no, he's 80, he can't do that. Because there are a couple of scenes that he does stuff, and I'm like, all right, man, like you're 80, like there's no way, like. But regardless, I'm just gonna be honest. It did hurt a little bit. I mean, Indiana Jones was my favorite franchise growing up, next to Star Wars, and it was a little depressing to see it like this. But there were some scenes, and I'll tell you what, without spoiling anything, listen, I know Kingdom of the Crystal Skull gets a lot of crap. I know it does.
Yeah.
Personally, I liked it.
I'm going to have to rewatch it because I don't remember it being that bad. But...
Yeah. I'm not going to say it's great. The first 3 are still the best.
No kidding.
will always be. I think number 4 gets a little bit too much overhate. But having said that, I'll tell you what. A lot of people took issue with Crystal Skull's final act. Oh, there's aliens. That's not Indiana Jones. This is laughable. This is stupid. Let me tell you something, okay? The final act of this movie is more unbelievable and laughable and stupid than that. I mean, it literally. I looked at my friend and I was like,
I'm not gonna watch this movie, dude.
No, you should. You should.
I don't want to see like the legend fall, you know. And that's pretty much everything I'm hearing about it. Is like you're watching the death of a legend. That's terrible.
It's not even like the death. It's like the forceful putting down of when it could have been put down.
I don't want to see that. That's sad.
Well, you could go to watch the first 30 minutes and then leave.
I could.
You could do that. But all I'm saying is the ending it was stupid. What they tried to do, and then the final ending, to me, it was very anticlimactic. So yeah, that's all I'll say. I would give it on Letterboxd. I give it a 3 out of 5.
I mean, it's called the Dial of the Dial of Destiny? So I'm assuming it has something to do with like time travel, maybe. Who knows? I don't know.
Yeah, so that's the kind of the gist.
Right. So another thing is, I think that it's too late for movies like this.
Of course,
a bunch of movies have done this already. It's not special. Like back in the day when the original Indiana Jones came out, they were doing new things, right? Mm-hmm. They were bringing up old magic.
Yep.
Right. Temple of Doom was like witchcraft type things, and then with the last movie they had the Holy Grail, bringing up old legends and stuff.
Yep.
So it was like magic and history and religion all tied together. Mm-hmm. And that's sick, right? Yeah. And it was new. It was fresh.
Exactly.
Kingdom of the Crystal Skull. They did Aliens because Aliens was like a thing at that time. So it was kind of like, it was like, all right.
Yeah.
They had their own spin on it, but it is what it is.
Yeah.
But now they're doing some sort of dial time travel, some sort of destiny thing. Everything's done that. This cannot beat everything else that came out.
Yeah. No, that's a fair point. Everything else was new at the time. I will say, I think there was a path they could have gone with this, with the Dial of Destiny, that could have been cool. Mm-hmm. It's just that they didn't do that. So,
would you say it was a cash grab?
A cash grab?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
100%. 100%.
So it wasn't like they actually had like inspiration that they wanted. It was like, it's just time to.
Okay, well, let me ask you this: do you think that Disney's Star Wars were cash grabs?
Yeah.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
There was no story.
Yep.
They did it half on nostalgia and half on just trying to pump out some Star Wars movies when they could have waited.
Yeah.
So there was a cash grab. This, to me, it was a cash grab. It added nothing to his legacy. In fact, if anything, it kind of tarnished it a little bit.
It ended
it. It ended it. Like, yeah, there was nothing saving grace about this.
Why would he be okay with this being made? Like,
see, that's what I'm saying. I don't know. I think if anything,
really he was so funny. You talked to him about Han Solo, and he's like, "Guys, it was like that happened so long ago. I'm done. I'm not only Han Solo. Yeah. Please, it's over. It's fine. Whatever." They talk about Indiana Jones. It's like, I've been doing this for so long, guys. It means so much to me.
I know.
So how could, with that mentality, why did he let his legacy be like shat upon?
Yeah, I don't know. I'm curious. I wonder if part of it was like he felt like he kind of maybe had to instead of he wanted to. I don't know. I'm not sure.
Dude, but he's Harrison Ford. If he were to say, "Hey, make it better," are they really going to say no? Couldn't he just be like, "Well, then I'm going to leave"?
You would think that, but did they honor Luke Skywalker, who's one of the greatest characters ever? No, they ruined him. And Mark Hamill has been open about that.
Which is so funny. He's like, I don't even count it as Luke Skywalker because it's so different. And Luke Skywalker would never do that. But, it's a different version. He's hilarious.
Yeah. So I'm just saying.
I mean, that's what Henry Cavill did with The Witcher.
Well, that's another thing. Like when you have an actor who's so actually into their character, and like they clearly know all the source material and what it's supposed to be, and the showrunners are like, no, we're just gonna do this. It's like, all right, well then I'm out.
Yeah, that's exactly what happened. He was like, oh, I'm gonna be a part of this franchise for as long as possible, as long as I stay true to the characters. Exactly. And then like the writers didn't read it, or when they did, they didn't like it, so they were doing their own things. And then Henry was like, correcting them on set. He was like, hey guys, we got to rewrite this scene. Mm-hmm. This wouldn't happen. And then they just got annoyed at him, and then he's like, all right, I'm leaving.
Yeah. He also thought he was going to be Superman again, which is a little unfortunate, but Yeah.
They
Anyway,
recast Superman.
they did. David Cornsweet.
Looks all right. Looks pretty good.
We'll see. He needs to bulk up a little bit.
He does.
We'll
I mean,
get
I'm
there.
hopeful. I
I am
still
too.
wish it was Henry Cavill, but I'm glad
okay.
that James Gunn is going for the more lighthearted,
Yep. More optimistic,
more
hopeful.
the hopeful
Yeah.
Boy Scout Superman.
Exactly.
I'm excited for that.
Yeah,
but I
it'll be
just
good.
wish it was Henry Cavill doing it.
I know. Me too. It's all right though. I have faith. But yeah, so that's my take. Maybe you'll see it, maybe not. But
Probably won't, dude. There's so many other movies that I want to actually see. We got Oppenheimer. We got Barbie.
Yeah.
And that's
it.
as of now.
Yeah. Asteroid City came out. I think I'm gonna go watch that soon.
I have not seen a single
Trailer?
movie of his.
Oh, Wes Anderson?
Yeah, I've not seen a single Wes Anderson. Also, don't mean to be a hater. The color palette looks bad.
For this movie?
Yeah.
You don't like
I
that?
don't. It's too washed
I like
out.
it.
I
like it. It's kind of it's like retro. That's like the style of it.
Kind of, but too much. I have a...
Interesting.
It looks like they went retro and then saturated it. You know? It's
That's
like
what the 60s were, though. Like
but
those
not
colors,
like that.
you know?
It was that colors, but not this, like... It looks like they had like a... Like I have a preset on Premiere Pro that looks like this, and I never use it because it doesn't look good. Maybe I'll use it as a base and I'll tweak it to make it look better, but this looks like... It's just so weird. They went retro,
Interesting.
but then they didn't keep it how... It just looks very off-putting.
Okay.
Maybe if they hired the contrast, because the black levels are so like high, it's like there's no dark blacks. It's like a gray, and everything's kind of washed out. And bright blues.
Yeah.
And like pale blues, pale oranges. It looks weird, but I do want to watch it.
Yeah.
It just looks weird to me.
Interesting. Okay. Yeah. We'll have to check it out. I think it looks cool, but that's all right. We'll see how it looks in the full scheme. But
True. I probably need to see it in theaters.
exactly. Yeah. So yeah, go watch Indiana Jones and regret it afterwards. Yeah. Happy 4th, everyone.